Hello, fellow human. Welcome back to Unchained Humanity. Here we are in this beautiful outdoors office, so you don't have to look at me sitting in front of a screen indoors. Because it's already enough that we're looking at screens all day. At least in this channel, you get to see amazing, beautiful nature here in the Danish woods while we cover these important topics. Today, we're going to be covering another episode of the Unchained Body series, because we need to be healthy, powerful, agile, independent, and confident if we are to be free. And we're going to set ourselves free this way, through a free body, a free mind, free spirit, and a sense of free community, so we can unleash the humanity within us, the micro, and one by one, set humanity free as a whole, the macro. And so why is it important to talk about fitness and humanity's freedom in the same breath? What is the point of this series? Because your physical practice is not just about today's pump, or this week's burn, or even tricks and records. Is that your practice is the vehicle that will carry you through life. It's your ground, your vessel to cross the ocean. It's your interface with the world. And if you want to live long, live well, and keep evolving, then how we move matters deeply. And so we must begin with alignment. Your training should be in harmony with your dreams, your capabilities, your genetics, your culture, and your current phase of life. Otherwise, you'll create friction. And like in any system, we want to avoid friction to the maximum, so it runs smoothly and for a long time. Or worse than friction, lack of this notion of alignment often leads to injury and internal conflict, confusion, lack of motivation, and so on. As Paul Chek teaches, your body is the vehicle for your dream. So if your workouts drain your energy, reduce your clarity, pull you away from your life's mission, that's not fitness, it's life sabotage. You're draining yourself for no reason. So if your dream is to be a teacher, a healer, an artist, or a guide, and this requires some flexibility, but your training leaves you stiff, uncoordinated, or disconnected from your center, it's time to fine-tune that alignment. At the same time, if your purpose calls for physical resilience, and you're a protector of some sort, an athlete, a warrior, then strong, functional, intense training might be the right foundation for your path. But it doesn't mean that it's the same for everyone. So don't take the everyone pill, because it's not for you. Again, we'll listen to the masters. Paul Chek puts it clearly. If you don't have a dream, you'll end up living someone else's nightmare. And I think this dark humor goes straight into the point. I hope it sticks with you. You don't want to be living someone else's nightmare, so make sure you're living your dream. Make sure your practice is aligned with your dream, and don't waste not even a second doing something that is not, just because it's what others are doing. Think about it deeply. Because many will use fitness as a distraction from emotional pain, or a compensation for general inner emptiness. This leads to overtraining, injury cycles, and addiction to silly goals, like trying to look like someone else, or doing 1,000 pull-ups or some totally irrelevant endeavor, without making sure these goals are aligned with their mission, that they really make a difference. Most will end up mistaking surface results for deep accomplishment, and most importantly, health and vitality. So instead of just following others, choose your training based on your life goals, according to your current state in life. Sometimes that means gentle walks in the forest. Why not? Or slow yoga. Other times it might mean rigorous martial arts or Olympic lifting. Be honest. What phase are you in? What's the actual stimulus you need right now? Don't copy trends or follow the crowd. And don't ask anyone, only you know. And then there's context, geography, culture, genetics. They all shape what's the realistic approach to follow. And so you might love surfing, but if you live hours away from the ocean, it won't be sustainable, will it? You might enjoy tennis, but without a tennis court nearby or a community that plays, it won't work. It becomes a dream that demands too much friction. And maybe you love basketball and there's a local court. Great. But let's say you want to compete, but you are too short to excel in basketball. Just consider how else you could express your physicality more wisely and joyfully. Maybe because you're short, you're faster and agile, and would rather excel in kung fu or ping pong. The ultimate question is, can you keep doing it for life? Because sustainability is king. Can you continue this practice with joy and minimal injury into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond? Maybe you love football, But if it's tearing up your knees and spending your body, is that love or a blind loyalty to some propaganda that was fed to you since little? Be honest, as if your life depended on it, because it does. Maybe you adore boxing, but will you be able to play with that same joy decades from now? If so, great. Because this is the practice that will sustain you. Remember, you sustain it, and it sustains you. So as you're studying your strategy, longevity must be a part of it. And your physical freedom in old age depends on the decision you're making right now. Will your training age with you, or will it become a burden? The key is to find practices that become more pleasurable, not more punishing, over time. And as it becomes more pleasurable with time, you'll be motivated to keep doing it in a virtuous cycle. So for those of you trying to get strong at the expense of your future, remember Mike O'Hearn's words. You don't live for today's mirror, you live for the next 20, 30 years. And that's how he was able to keep his amazing form. And he's in his 50s. Think about that. He must know something, right? This means that gym bros have to understand simple principles, like tendon strength before muscle size, pain-free lifting over PR chasing, progressive overload across years, not weeks. That's wisdom, not weakness. So in summary, if you want to be sharp and fast like a manga character, train like that every single day. If you want to be just pretty, no judgment. Don't waste time trying to lift heavy, or doing calisthenic tricks, or running marathons. Focus, because every day you have one window of training as a canvas to work on. Be intentional about it. And by all means, remember to think long term. Choose your practice not just for today's body, but for the body you want to grow old in. The one that still moves freely, it can breathe deeply, and carries your sole purpose long after youth has faded away. Your future self will thank you. Well, fellow human, that was all for today. Thank you for watching and your support. Stay tuned in this series to unlock your bodily freedom. Until the next one, eyes on the goal. Protect your bliss. Stay human. Stay free.